What would be a perfect Saturday for you? Depends on my mood. Sometime like just being at home playing games. Other times I enjoy being out and about taking photos. I am planning on getting a good lens for my camera this month. And then I'll be able to get out and do some more photography. I am also planning a visit to the Swedish Air Force Museum where the Swedish Air Force will host their annual display day in August. And I want some cool photos. Training biceps/triceps at the gym. Going sightseeing in the mountains. While listening to my favorite podcast. Doing some archery. Having a nice vegetarian cheeseburger meal from a restaurant. And watching a good horror movie at home. With my that of which I don't have. Years ago by happenstance I ended up spending a few days sleeping in a little trailer in the middle of a field on a horse ranch. No running water or electricity. Horses running all over the place smelling like shit. I spent the whole time reading and meditating and eating snacks and having the best sleep of my life. It was fantastic. Wake up early. Walk the dogs and pick up coffee for me and croissants for my at the local spot where they know my coffee order. Go to farmers market and local meat and produce shops and stop by often along the route for chats with friends. Don't give any thought to money when buying premium products. Cook lunch and enjoy it with friends. Chill until the evening and then have board game night with friends. Wake up with my GF. Make us breakfast and then go for a walk with our dogs. After that we would do things around the house that need to be done, listening to music and working together. Then we could cuddle on the couch for a bit before we grab a nice dinner and finish off with a funny movie before bed. Then she would grab me and we would slowly drift off to sleep next to each other with our dogs laying across our legs. God, I miss them. They get tired of politics intruding their lives? Comments turned into another circle jerk. Huge surprise. Yes. It used to be considered rude to talk about politics. I never see or hear any of it anymore. I don't watch TV other than MASH and I don't use any social medias other than specific user subreddit. By now we all must be. Our culture is broken, we need to learn to just let other people disagree with us without throwing a fit. That's what they want, so you'll stay complacent and eventually not vote. It sucks. And elevates my blood pressure. But these damn fascists are coordinated in trying to hurt friends and family. Edit. Spelling. You will live and die under the rules of the politicians that get elected. Pay attention. Become involved in the decisions that impact the quality of your life and those around you. Vote as if your life depends upon it, because it most certainly does. Yes. It used to be considered rude to talk about politics or religion in polite company. I stopped watching the news. I feel like liberals and conservatives are guilty of misrepresenting stories. I do, and yet I chose to watch Seth Meyers every morning and The Daily Show at night. But yeah, there's one politician in particular that I am very tired of seeing his name. Yes. But unfortunately a side of the political system, the right, has don't too many things that have made it so people's lives are affected on a daily basis. Trans, gay, African Americans, and many other groups are being constantly targeted as scapegoats for a system that is failing. I wish we could just tune it out too. But these zealots and radicals are ensuring that we just can't ignore this. What news or media outlets do you trust? The journalists and independent outlets that have a proven track record of integrity and being right, even if for years everybody pushed the opposite narrative. Eventually they were vindicated by the facts coming out. This includes people who used to work smack in the middle of the mainstream but have been pushed out because they were too principled or didn't want to go along with pushing false narratives. People like Matt Taibbi, Glenn Greenwald, Seymour Hersh, John Pilger, Aaron Mate, Max Blumenthal, Chris Hedges. Outlets like Mint Press News, The Gray Zone, Consortium News, Breakthrough News, The Empire Files, even The Hill's Rising a lot of the time. None of them exclusively. The aspect of modern-day journalism has been dwindled down to the equivalent of pissing in the pool and calling it a health crisis. There are some articles that do come out within a light for awareness, however. Most big news can be found within social media such as Facebook or TikTok. Evanson. You have to consider that the lens can only capture so much and you have to consider all sides to the story. It's definitely missed on the aspect of critical thinking, so take into that mindset when reading or watching the news. In terms of trusting to tell the truth and not explicitly lying, I trust BBC News. However, under the control of a Brexity Tory supporter, there are things that are not being given priority or are underreported. In terms of sensible and realistic narratives, I trust The Guardian. Being print media, it will have many opinion pieces with a center-left bias, but I am center-left myself. Channel 4 News is another one I trust, but I don't watch it often as it broadcasts on a schedule instead of running for 24 hours a day, which I prefer. Does anybody else feel anxious or depressed staying home not doing nothing? So, there's nothing to do in your whole town. And everyone is boring ? And quat. Come on. You need to make friends in your neck town and this attitude isn't suiting you. Nope, I love it. In German, they call it Freizeitstress and quat. Frei Freet Zeit time Stress Not knowing what one would like to in free time, and it leads to stress. And yes, I hate when I'm at home and doing just nothing, though it should be normal every now and then. Since boredom is also important for a healthy and sound mind. Even though I am the same age you are and have anxiety. Somehow I don't. Get a little part-time job, volunteer somewhere, host a game night for a couple people, take up drawing, painting, computer art, Find a craft class, walk outdoors every day, go biking, look for activities like neighborhood cleanup or start one. Sometimes local libraries offer group things.